everyone, it's Louise with Louise McKee, and I'm back today to do a set of coasters in the same color palette as the Lazy Susan I just made that was a custom piece with these custom colors. So I've had to refurbish some of these colors and bring them back to life again for this creation, but I'm using the exact same colors as the Lazy Susan creation. I'll put the video number up in a second. And I have a homemade green, this rose gold copperish color, this taupe, which is a beigey color, 24 karat gold with iridescent gold by Golden, Garnett by DecoArt, and a homemade brown that started out with Van Dyke brown by Arteza, and I will have everything listed below in the description. And just so you are aware, this is what the can looks like for the Multi-Pro. It is 473110, interior eggshell for the pillow paint. Great paint. I never have a problem with it. This particular batch that I just got is a little bit bubbly, but I've left it open and trying to let the air bubbles evacuate. I also put my little container on the dryer the other day to help. I decanted this, put it in a container like this, and then put it on the dryer to let it kind of vibrate around to get the bubbles out. That's my tip for the day about how to get bubbles out. So I will be back in a minute once I get the pillow down. I'm making 6 coasters today for this family, and I can't wait to get started. All right, be back in a second. All right, we're on number 6, the last one, and it's a mess because, once again, I dumped too much pillow down, so I took some off. I'm going to back off on the copper a little bit. Yeah, back off on the copper. Definitely back off on the taupe. The last one, the taupe, kind of played too much. I'm not looking for that much taupe. Or beige, or whatever color you want to call this. Just want it to be there, but not omnipresent. Like that. Gold. And really get near the bottom of the dregs on this Garnet, which is DecoArt. But I had enough to get all the way through 6. And then some, actually. You always have more than what you think. I like to just use as much. Okay. Wow, I didn't mean to do that. See, this is what happens. I get careless as I get near the end. I gotta stop. I gotta stay focused. Stay focused. This is the brown, which is mostly Van Dyke brown, which is just a really pretty brown. You know, if brown can be pretty, this is it. Cell activator. Couple bubbles. We'll get rid of you guys before we go too far. White. The last 2, I had a little extra cell activator, so I need to be aware to do less. Good enough. So especially for those that are newer, I like to talk through the blowout. So I'm blowing straight down into the cell activator to try to get it to spread out as much in a circle as possible. And once I start seeing a ridge form in a little bit of cell activity, I'll aim my blow at that ridge to blow the cell activator over the top of the colors to spread it out over the paint. So I'm looking to skim that cell activator over the top as I'm blowing it out. And here all I'm doing is grabbing some of the pillow paint and leading it to the edges so that when I get ready to spin, the composition has a nice place to flow onto. So you need to spread it to the edges. So that your paint has a nice path to follow to stretch out on. I was worried at the beginning of this one, but the cell activator came back in the middle nicely. All right, I think we're ready to go. Let's give it a whirl. I'm a little off kilter. Let's go, let's go, let's go, let's go. So for anyone newer watching, I always clean up in between spins, so I'll be cutting out some of this. Yeah, see, I'm off to one side. Oh, this one's really pretty. This one is going to be gorgeous.
Whoa!
Let's balance it up. Perfecto. Yeah, I mentioned in the other videos, this is not a color palette I would have naturally been drawn to. And that's the beauty of having a challenge like the KS Resin Challenge, or somebody saying, hey, I really want you to do something here. Because it forces you to look outside your normal comfort zone of colors. And the way I did it, and I'll link the video, the prior video about the Lazy Susan, is I had pictures from their room, and I picked objects from the pictures to make my paints from, to blend my paints into that color. So I was capturing certain colors from the room to use as my color palette so that the pieces look like they were made for the room and seamlessly fit in. And I'll tell you what, I'm not one to usually brag. I don't usually brag at all. But I definitely can see color, and I have an eye for it. And if you give me something, I can match it. It's just, it came from years of work when I was in the corporate world as the quality manager, when I had to see complaints about things and have to figure out what we need to do color-wise. This is beautiful. And it's ready because the paints are off. Yeah. All right. Here is number 6. Look at that beauty. Beauty. So everyone, that's a wrap. Here are 4 of the 6 coasters I'll share with you guys. Here's the one we just created and the other 3. If you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe, hit the bell and all. You'll get all my latest art tutorials. And leave comments, and I'd appreciate a thumbs up if you liked it. And I'll have a Bloom Coaster playlist at the very end here, if you'd like to see other palettes and other creations. Thanks a lot, everybody. Until next time, take care.